The Shepnaz podcast begins now.
You're listening to the Shepnaz podcast. This is a podcast at Shepherd Church. Everything we do is to help people take their next step towards Jesus. And this podcast is part of that. We want to help you engage daily in your faith. Rob's getting in on my camera shot. He's got his own camera, but that's not good enough for him. He needs both. Rob Hall is with us today, senior pastor here at Shepherd Church. And today we're going to talk about a couple of things that are coming up that are going to help you as a person, help other people take their next step toward Jesus. Because this isn't just about the church as a whole doing it, but it's about you helping other people take their next step towards Jesus. That's what we're going to talk about today.
Sounds good.
Rob.
Yes.
Here we are.
Yes, we're here.
We are in the midst of fall. It is finally feeling like fall. We got some cool mornings, warm afternoons, and cool evenings, and just the leaves are changing. And what that means is that we have fall events that are coming that we want to talk about and how people can get involved with them to help people take their next step toward Jesus. And the first one is coming up is called Shine the Light. And this is something that we kind of talked about through our staff retreat of what can we do in the fall that would help people get more involved with their neighbors, get more involved with people in their life, to help interact and be a part of the old paradigm of what even we have been guilty of, is that we throw events and we say, hey, y'all come and we'll take care of it. Yeah. But what we want is for people, everyone listening to this podcast, to say, no, like, I'm going to go and I'm going to do it. You know, Jesus is going to send me personally to go do it. That's what Shine the Light is.
Yeah. So it's a cool opportunity. And again, as Joey mentioned, we talked about this at staff retreat. And I think it's important for us to evaluate the things that we do on a regular basis. And, you know, sometimes you just keep doing things because you've always done them. And as we evaluated Trunk or Treat, it was a great event, great community event. There are a lot of good things with it, but we thought, can we be more intentional in reaching people in the neighborhoods where we live? Yeah. And so we came up with this idea, and I'm excited about it. We live in a great neighborhood, got a lot of kids there. This is an opportunity for us to be at home during Trunk or Treat, meet our neighbors, talk to our neighbors, and at the same time kind of encourage them to take their next step. And we've kind of got a cool idea for how we can make that happen as well.
Yeah, so the idea behind it is this is a decentralized event. So we are not throwing an event at the church like Trunk or Treat this year. What we are doing is encouraging you to be at home for Trick or Treat in your neighborhood, whatever day that is. Most of us, it'll be on the 31st, on Halloween, that you would be in your home serving the best candy on the block.
Yeah, and that's kind of key. You can't give away the cheap stuff. No vegetables either.
And maybe even that you would be the best house on the block. And there's a couple of things that I'd love to just share with you is we've seen this happen in different places that we've been, that we've brought this to churches and been able to experience this. But we want your house to be the house everybody talks about and the house that people come to and enjoy being at, that you get to be the opportunity of somebody kind of that you're shining the light in your neighborhood. One of my friends has for years now has been the best house on her block, and her husband, they'll get a projector and they will project a kind of kid movie like It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, or, you know, different things that would help, you know, be a part of, you know, just the season. But what it is they call it a pit stop for parents who just need a break for a minute. They have fresh popcorn and apple cider for the parents, and the kids get to sit and watch the movie for just a minute so they can breathe before they move on to the next house. And it's just an idea to help you be more in tune with your neighborhood, that you'd meet your neighbors, you'd know them by name, and that you'd have the opportunity then to invite them to take their next step. And we've got that covered for you.
Right, yeah. So we do have an event here at the church, and it's going to be on November 4th. It'll be basically that weekend. So Wednesday the 31st, I think it's a Wednesday. Tuesday is the 31st. Then on that Saturday, we're going to have a fall movie night here at the church.
Coming November 4th is a fall movie night. Bring the whole family for bonfires with hot dogs, s'mores, hay rides, and an outdoor family-friendly movie. Don't forget your blankets or lawn chairs. Invite your friends and neighbors to join us. That's November the 4th at 4 p.m. outside at our Gahanna campus. You can find out about all our upcoming events at shepnaz.org/calendar.
And what we've done is we've rented a big LED screen. It's like pops out of a van, so it's kind of like the screen we have in the sanctuary, and we'll have in the central complex, and you can see it during the daytime, like a jumbotron at a sporting event or something. So we're going to play the movie Family Camp, which was done by the Skit guys, and it's got a really great Christian message to it. And those guys are hilarious. And I just happen to love camp movies. Like I happen to like camps, but I love camp movies, and this is a great movie. And we're also going to have hay rides, a bonfire. We'll be able to cook hot dogs and s'mores, and just kind of hang out. And it's going to be on Saturday, November 4th, at 4 o'clock until about 6 or 6:30, something like whenever the movie's over. So when you're handing out your candy, your good candy, not vegetables, at your neighborhood, we're going to give you a flyer to drop in the bag also to promote this event. And so what we're hoping is that families from your neighborhood will see the flyer and think, hey, this looks like a cool family fun thing to do, and show up. And then you'll be here, hopefully, and can build relationships with them, or hang out with them, or take a hayride with them, or roast a hot dog over the fire, or a s'more, or sit down and watch the movie with them. And so in that way, it'll kind of be relational as well. So rather than just having kids walk by dropping, candy in their bucket, we'll be able to be a little bit more intentional and relational with the people that are around where we live.
And the great way to do it is you could even just tape the piece of candy to the flyer and just drop it in the bucket. The other piece of it is that same flyer is double-sided, and the second side of it has an invitation to them for our Christmas event called Jingle Jam. And one of the great ways that we've been able to do this before, and were the talk of the neighborhood, was that Bethany and I would actually tape candy canes, and that was the candy we would give out at Trick or Treat. We'd tape candy canes to the Christmas invitation. And I'm telling you, I know it sounds silly, and I know I'm the Christmas guy. Like, I get that.
Joey is the Christmas guy.
At my last church, I had an unofficial title. It was Christmas Czar, was my...
but I think that's followed you.
But I'm serious that it's
October 11th, and he had Christmas trees delivered today by Amazon.
But it was Target because they were on sale.
Actually, it's not October 11th. Whatever day you're listening to this is, Joey had them delivered days before.
But what we're saying is, like, it was so talked about. We were that house, and we were like, it was something that was like, it was fun for our neighborhood. They thought it was hilarious, but it actually paid big dividends that we were able to have people take their next step, which was we wanted them to come to that event. And so that's another thing that you could do. That flyer will be double-sided for you to give out. That we'll have fall movie night on one side, Jingle Jam on the other side, and just give you an opportunity then to get them to take their next step towards Jesus. That day, that week for fall movie night, and then maybe in December as well.
Those are great opportunities to just get people in your neighborhood involved. And it's a great opportunity. So we're not trying to do away with something. We're trying to take the good parts of that and make it better. So we still have the big event here at the church. It's going to be a great night, and lots of fun, and doing all the things that we did before. And we're still going to be able to do all this other stuff as well. So it's worked out pretty good.
So that's what's
we have
coming
a special guest, and a special guest just showed up. Hi, Graham. How are you?
We got a Graham sighting on the podcast today. We're just getting ready to end. Yeah, you want to say anything? You don't know. That's okay.
Graham, are you a Christmas lover too, like your dad?
You love Christmas.
Yeah, he shook his head. Just in case. There you go.
Yeah. Well, that's going to wrap it up for our episode today. My thanks for Pastor Rob for coming on. We want you to be a part of Shine the Light this year, the fall movie night, Jingle Jam, everything that's coming up. We want you to help people take their next step toward Jesus, even those that live in your neighborhood. If you have any questions or comments, you can get a hold of us at podcast@shepnaz.org. You can always find out more about what's happening, especially about those events, on our website, the app, our social media pages. For Pastor Rob, I'm Joey. Thanks for listening.
And Graham.
You want to say bye?
Bye.
Bye.
Awesome.
Have a great day.
This podcast is a production of the Shepherd Church of the Nazarene, Gahanna, Ohio. Email to podcast@shepnaz.org and let us know what you think.